Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Yes.
It is the Germanys, and
Yes.
we're back. We're
Welcome to
back.
Straight from the Heart.
Yes. It's good to see everybody. Come on in, and we are excited to be here with you again on this cold Saturday
Saturday evening.
evening. We're excited to be here,
Mhm.
wherever you are, near and far. Come on and join the
Mhm.
Germanys tonight. We're here and
Yes.
here again
Yes.
tonight.
So we can reset.
Come on. Yes,
Mhm.
I like that word, reset.
Reset.
Reset. What does it mean?
That means to redo, to stop and redo, to change and to do
Yes,
something different. Mhm.
exactly. Yeah. And
Hopefully, we do something different because doing the same thing always is not going to get you. It's going to get you the same results. So if you're looking to expand your horizons and to move upward and outward, then you need to reset.
hello, Delphine. Hello,
That,
Tanette.
hello.
Delphine, it's good to see you.
Good to
She
see
said,
you.
move to Cali. Girl, send me a ticket. I'm on the way. I
Send me
have
a
got to get
ticket.
out of this snow.
Yeah.
What is the temperature there, Delphine?
Warm.
What's the temperature? Go ahead and
Hot.
make us real jealous.
Oh, hot, hot, hot. She said, a hot face on. Yeah. Okay. All right.
The temperature. You know, I've been out running, so you see, I got on a turtleneck. So if I have on I have a hot flash here,
Oh,
but
Jesus. No, God forbid. No, it's not hot flash. No.
I won't hot flash on
Yeah.
you. If I do, it'll be the hots for you. How about that?
Oh, that'll work.
All
All right. That'll work.
right.
I'll go for that.
See, I thought he would like that.
61 degrees. Oh, that's
61,
warm. That's warm. That's comfortably.
61
Yeah,
degrees.
that's sweater weather.
Sweater weather.
Sweater weather. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's good to.
Or a light jacket.
Oh, I would take now.
Yes, I would agree. 61 sounds good. Sometimes, but I don't know. Sometimes it's not bad for whether you get to stay home and snuggle.
Snu- Come
Yeah.
on down. That sounds like a
Okay. Yeah.
plan.
Hmm. I don't know
All
for
right. Okay, we're gonna stop. It is Valentine's Day
Valentine's.
weekend, so we
Yes.
kind of a
All
little
right.
mushy. But
Just just
you said just a little.
just a little on Valentine's Day weekend. I
Okay,
don't
we
think
we're
that's.
gonna.
I would
Well,
like to think that was every day.
Woo, it's getting hot in here. But
Okay.
nevertheless, we are here and it is straight from the heart. So, we're just doing what we do straight from the
All right.
heart.
Yeah.
And we're excited to be here again tonight to share with you. We know it's only 30 minutes and it goes so fast,
It does.
but we want you to come back. So, we don't want to hold you inordinately long. So, we keep it at 30 minutes and, you know, we'll see
Oh.
where God wants to take it from here. But
Mhm.
nevertheless, it's just a show where we come and we talk about relevant topics and life changing topics, things that we know that you and I deal with on a regular
Yes.
basis. And sometimes it's that unanswered question that lies in our mind. And I have an aunt that always reminded me growing up that the dumbest question
Hmm.
ask is the
No.
one never asked.
Yeah.
And
Dumbest
so I
question.
will ask you any question that comes to my mind because I want to know because in
True.
all that getting, get an understanding. And so I ask questions, and
Yes.
so yeah, he knows. I'll be
Hmm.
like, why you do that? What was that for? Or
Hmm.
and so I'm just excited to be here tonight. And so we were talking earlier, and we were talking about reset. To redo, to think different, to do different. And sometimes in life you do have to reset, because if you don't, you'll find yourself becoming really
Stagnant.
yeah, and repetitious and doing things the same way. And I'm one doing things over and over again. Of course, some things are good things. But sometimes you have to add a little variety, a little spice in your life, if you please.
Yeah.
But
And then I think you need to take some time to reflect, to just take a deep breath and think
yes,
about what you're doing, where you're going, and how you're going to get there, and what can you do to improve. And sometimes
definitely.
that's where you'll get your reset from. You'll think about those things, and then in your mind you'll say, so what can I do to make this better? And so I think we were discussing that the other day, and we were talking about it, and I was thinking that some of the things that maybe I probably need to do to focus on is to be a little more diligent
Hmm.
in taking care of small things that
Yes,
that sit in the way, and
definitely.
you later you think about doing it, but then you don't do it, and then that's the one thing that you need not to do. You need to get up and just go ahead and do it. And sometimes working a lot makes you maybe a little stagnant in that area, but I think I need to overcome that, and so I'm working on that, and that's one of the buttons I push for reset.
And a lot of times I was thinking, as you mature and you grow and you develop and learn different things and how to do things differently, but one thing that I've noticed that, there's, and here I go with my laws, but the law of reflection you have to pause and allow growth to catch up with you. You have to take a time out, and really why you do what you do, because if not you will find yourself being on autopilot, and you look up, you'll just be doing busy things, things that just occupy your time, but they're not producing any fruits behind them. And so I don't want to do busy work, but I want to be productive in what I do, because I'm looking for maximum impact and results.
Yeah.
And so in order to do that, you have to kind of think about what you're doing, because my little saying, if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you always got. And so if you want to do something different, you have to think different, and you have to allow change. Change is inevitable, and sometimes you have to allow yourself to think different. I'm reminded of the scripture in Romans when it talks about be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Be not conformed, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. And sometimes you have to allow yourself to look at life for what it really is, and not get caught up in the conundrum of doing the things over and over again, and not making room for new, not making room for change. And I found out that a lot of times when individuals are there, they're stuck, and there's no productivity, there's no growth, and you're just, everything becomes, it lies dormant. So there's no movement. And when you're not moving, you know what? That is a red flag that you need to look and take another look at how you're doing things. We were, that was this morning.
That
You
was
remember?
yeah. That's that's what we call reset. And I think that change is it's uncomfortable, and I think that in order for you to grow, you really have to become uncomfortable. And I'm
Yes.
reminded that there's a few old sages when they talk about that, Bob Proctor in particular, and they talk about that if you
Who is
feel
that?
comfortable.
Bob
Bob Proctor,
Proctor.
yeah.
Okay.
If you feel comfortable in doing something, then it's probably something that you've always done and you've been doing for a long time, and you feel comfortable with it. But when you change and you start doing something different, you'll feel uncomfortable.
Yes.
And but the discomfort is really causing you to, when you thinking different and you're doing things, so you have challenges mentally and sometimes physically. And but that's
Yes.
what you call, that's growth. That's moving forward and making a change and doing something, because
Hmm.
you have to look at your results and think that, like, is this really productive for me? Am I really going someplace with this? Am I
Hmm.
growing? Is it beneficial financially,
Right.
physically, mentally, whatever?
Right.
And so you have to deal with those challenges and realize that the discomfort is good for you.
So when I think about that, one of the things I remember hearing him say is that there are times you have to have a paradigm shift,
Good.
in order for change to transpire,
Mhm.
and so
Yeah,
sometimes,
you have to shift your paradigm. The paradigm is your old normal self, what you do every day, your
hmm
stuff. So, and in order for you to get some growth or something, then you have to shift into something. Now, that's when
exactly.
you have to take some time to yourself, and that's something that I never did in the past, but I'm learning to uh, take and to meditate and to take some time out and take a deep breath and think about what I'm doing. And they say the real test in is this making sense is your results. Your
Exactly.
results. So your results will tell you what's going on. I think that during this pandemic, I think we have transitioned somewhat into another gear going forward. So we're coming to fruition on the Impact House, and then we have the next major move after that. So we're still doing some research and making sure that this is the best financial opportunity. So I think that
You know,
It's been a good pandemic.
exactly. You know, it's kind of like when you think about it, if someone is going down the wrong road, he doesn't need motivation to speed up. He
Mm-hmm.
needs the motivation to stop because he's going the wrong direction.
Yes.
And so you have to think constantly about the actions that you're taking because if not, you will wind up somewhere that you hadn't anticipated being. And then you'll look back and read and discover that, you know what? All the time I was going doing this the wrong way. And
Mm-hmm.
so I think we you have to take a time out at that moment in your life where you pause and you reminds me of one of the master classes that I'm teaching, and one of the young ladies in the class shared that she always aspired to go back to school, but her barrier was of her age. And then when I shared with her that when I went back to school, that I was the oldest one in my class, you know, but what it did, I allowed it to propel me to move forward. I didn't look at it as, oh, I'm the oldest G up in here, you know, but instead, I used it to my advantage. I gleaned from the young people. I asked questions, and even several of them, many times I met them at somewhere that I totally despise. What is that place right here on 56, the Pancakes House? I would go.
Yeah, yeah.
IHOP. I hopped right on to IHOP. I do not care for IHOP. But I met this young lady and we would meet IHOP and she would help me with my work, you know.
I remember
And
that.
guess what? I passed that class. It was a class that I was very unfamiliar with, but I used it to my advantage. What you have to do is that you have to be honest with yourself. You know, you may not know, you don't have to, and what I've learned in life that you don't have to be the smartest one in the room, but you have to set aside pride and ask for help. Ask for help. And sometimes in resetting, you have to take a step back, look at the situation again, and then go back in with the understanding that I'm going to need help getting through this. I'm going to need help. And so the result that I really that really encouraged me is that this young lady, as I shared with her about, you know, take the dive, go back to school, you can do it. And so I received the email from her yesterday, and she said, "Thank you, Coach G." She said, "I want to let you know that I have registered and I am in school going to Indiana Tech for my bachelor's in human resource." And
Wow,
so, you
that's
know,
good.
sometimes we have to be motivators of one another.
Mm-hmm.
We have to motivate one another that in order to do better, sometimes it's going to take you to take that leap of faith, that step. I always say stepping into the unknown. You know, you never know what's on the other side of the door if you don't open the door. And so I'm excited tonight. So in here in our audience, I see we have Tanette, Delphine is on. One of the things, you know, as I'm Tanette, my goddaughter, she's on here, and I'm so proud of her. She attended the master class, and one of the things that we encourage them to do is to really think long term. What is it that you want to do? What do you see yourself doing? What is your why? You know, how do you walk into your purpose with understanding? And then I'll say this to many. Sometimes it will never make sense to you, you know, but others that's okay. That's how life is many times.
Yeah.
There's interruptions. You know, there's things that pop up out of nowhere. And
Yes.
so what do you do with it? Do you allow it to stifle you or do you keep moving forward? You
Yeah.
know, and
So you
so
say you take lemons and make lemonade.
come on now.
Yeah.
And so you know, and so there are going to be interruptions in life. There are going to be things that try to stop you, to discourage you. But none of us are ever going to arrive at the place
The
of
destination.
destiny if we do not have hiccups. And sometimes there are hiccups that are longer than others. So
Yes.
you got to
And
expect the unexpected.
I think that helps you to propel forward. You know, so the hiccups are the challenges that you meet that expand your horizons and help you
Yes.
to look at things hopefully differently,
Definitely.
and give you a better perspective on where you're going, how you're going to get there. So
I'm
that's a
so
good
proud
thing.
of Tanette. Hey, Archery.
Mm.
One of the things Tanette, and I want to kind of put her out here, but during the class, she
Is that okay?
aspired to start her own travel. Screen is black again. Come on, I don't know what's going on with this network today, but that's all right because we're unstoppable.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, uh, and so what we talked about is screen is, wants to keep playing with us this afternoon, but you have to do it now. So what we did, we encouraged the students to say, do it now, And so Tanette was one of the women that took the class, and she kept saying, do it now, do it now. But guess what? She
Mhm.
now has the Do It Now travel agency. And
Yeah,
so she's doing it.
that's
She didn't
inspirational.
procrastinate. She didn't allow
Mm.
the ifs and the what ifs and the buts, but she moved forward. She said she understood her why, and she had the passion that pushed her. And
All
so
right.
now she is operating in her destiny call. She has a travel agency, and guess what? I was blessed with a round trip, full, all expense paid trip, hotel and everything. So I love you, Tanette. But
Oh.
nevertheless, as soon as this pandemic is over, I'm going to make a gift.
All
And
right.
so, I say that to say that you have to look inside of you.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? Some things you're going to have to reset and you're going to have to rethink.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you started out and the road was rough. The song said the road is rough and the going gets
Mm-hmm.
tough and the hills are hard to climb. But what you have to do is you cannot allow circumstances, you cannot allow people
To
to
impede your
come
progress.
on, come
Yes,
on.
you can't do that.
Yes,
And then that's a good testimony of overcoming and moving forward,
definitely.
and do it now. And then she took to do it now and said and made that the
She brought
acronym
it to
for her. She
life.
brought it to life. Yeah.
Yes. So
Hmm. So
sometimes
that was a good
trouble,
thing.
people have troubles and situations in life sometimes will try to prevent you from moving forward, but you have to allow it to propel you to move
Yes.
forward. You
Use
know,
those stumbling blocks
yes,
as pushers
definitely.
to push you through. And
Yes.
so that's a good thing. And I think that helps you to move forward and to be stronger in your commitment to what you're trying to do.
Hmm.
And I like that do it now, and do it now turned into the name for
The
the
Do It
business.
Now travel agency.
That's right.
So
And you
wherever
need
you
to do it
desire to
now.
go,
Yeah, you need to do it now. If you want to travel, you want to go somewhere, you need to do it now. Don't put it to the wayside and try to plan years and years in advance, because
yes,
sometimes life is a right now thing, and the only thing you have is right now, because tomorrow's not promised. You've already lived through the past, and so your next day, your today, your now is the time you need to take advantage of those opportunities and enjoy life. I always think that, and my kids always teach me about not being somebody who celebrates birthdays. I celebrate life every day. I enjoy
I
life, and
like that.
I do whatever I can today. That's why when you get a gift, it probably won't be on Mother's Day or birthday or something. It'll
And
be
guess
it'll be
what? And
whenever I got it and I can make it happen. I do it right then.
I'll take a gift any day.
Yeah. All right. All right.
Which it brings to me, brings to my mind, what happened this morning.
Mm-hmm.
God is so good, you all, that sometimes He has a way of blessing you when
Mm-hmm.
you are not even expecting it. That's
Yeah.
what I love about God is He knows how to blow your mind. And for my birthday in November,
Mm-hmm.
my husband, I mentioned to him that I wanted a truck. And so him and my brothers and my children, they all got together and they put the down payment on this vehicle for me. And so, so of course there was a balance, a pretty steep balance on the truck. So we
Okay.
were getting ready to start, I just talked to the owner and we want to set up payments and so on and so forth. But when I woke up this morning, I had received a text from him and happened to be a family member, and he told me, he said, because you have been so faithful to God,
Yes.
it was over $4,000. He said, because you've been so faithful to God, he said, I want you to know that your debt is paid in full.
Yes.
You cannot tell
You
me
can.
serving God will not pay off.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yes. And so he said it's a good thing because he was going to have to pay the balance sheet. But nevertheless, God knows how to bless you
Yeah.
when he gets ready. And so just do
Thank
what you
God.
do and just relax and just let it happen,
Yeah.
So I'll be real cute in my truck. Yeah, but especially paid in full, it ain't nothing like riding and you don't have no car payment. But nevertheless, I say that to say that when you aspire, and my point was that I just simply said what I would like. And this dude right here made it happen, and it wasn't, it was my birthday, but nevertheless, he took on the ownership of it and to make the payments
It
and
was
all
so
of that.
funny. That
Him and my
morning,
brothers.
that morning she went. It was parked outside, and she went to go somewhere. And I started it from the house, and then I gave her the key, and I said, "Here, drive this." And so she was like,
I
"What's
thought it
this?"
was a key to his car.
So she was getting ready to drive. She looking at the key. She was like, "I don't know." So then I opened the door, and she looked out there, and she seen it. She laughed until she cried.
I didn't know what to do. I was just in a state of shock. Have you ever, you just said, I want something, but you like, it may happen, it may not happen. But
she was campaigning for it.
I was campaigning.
You was campaigning for it. Yes, you kept
it was straight from the heart. It was straight from the heart. I just spoke that thing. I'm like, this is what I see. This is what I want. But I didn't expect it to happen as soon as it did. Maybe that's where the shock came in. But I laughed, I cried, I had mixed emotions. But nevertheless, now I'm just celebrating that God is so mindful of us. That He had someone to look and see and say that you have been so faithful to God that God told me. And He even said, He said, I was not planning on taking, just writing the whole balance off. He said, but God wouldn't let me do it any about it. What God has for you, it is for you. Yeah. And nothing can stop it. So if God tells you to do something, God tells you that, and when He says you're blessed, you're just blessed. There's nothing you can do about it, but just have open palms and receive. And so in the chat, I just want for a few minutes someone to share. We jumped on here because we really want you to think about, what are you doing? And there were a few questions that I jotted down, and I'm not sure if they can come up on the screen right now. But what is it that you're doing now that you feel like that you can do different? What is it? Better. And do better, yes. And we know it's Valentine's weekend, and some may be getting ready to go out, and some are waiting on their roses and all of that. And, all of that's all good. But you know what? I want my Valentine's today, tomorrow, and the next day. Yes. You know what I'm saying? I want them to keep coming and coming and coming. But nevertheless, I think I deserve them. Yes, I think so. You think so? All right. Can I be your Valentine? You are my Valentine. Oh, come on, somebody. I am his Valentine. And so, so when you think about that, life is like he said earlier, when life brings you lemons, make lemonade. Make the best out. I don't compare my marriage to someone else's. It is what it is, and we do what we do. Hi, Auntie. Is that Auntie on here? Yeah. Hey, Gina. Gina remembers us. That's Gina. That's all Sister Merck from Illinois. How are you? God bless you. Yes, and so I was getting ready. I thought it was Gina from cosmetology school when I looked, but then I see Myrick on the end. But nevertheless, so we're on here, and we just really wanted to. We initially had a guest. They're going to be with us next week, and you guys are going to love her. But this week we wanted to come on and just do straight from the heart, because we don't want to lose focus of what the real, purpose of why we do what we do. Sister Delphine says not to be afraid of the future. That's right. Yes, and so that's what you want to do. You cannot afford. You know what I always say: nothing beats a failure but a try. That's right. And John Maxwell has a book, and it's entitled "Failing Forward." Because sometimes you have, even when you fail forward. You keep moving. We would not be where we at. We're 37 years in marriage. 37 years. Yes. And I know I look so young. Okay. Is that a dig on my hair? No, that's all right, babe. You know the secret, right? Yeah. We be looking like twins. But we keep it real straight from the heart. But everybody has their time when they're ready for certain things. Read between the lines, y'all.
Mhm.
But nevertheless, you know, you you have to you have to be real with yourself. And what was my point? You threw me off. You threw me off. 37 years. 37 years. You know that we've been together. You know, and we still are learning each other
Yes.
in certain ways. You know, as we mature,
Yes, 'cause
we're
she
still.
challenges me. She challenges me.
I
And,
do.
yeah,
Because
she
you know why I challenge you, babe?
yeah.
Because I want you to be the best you can be.
All
I
right.
don't want you to miss a beat. And I don't
Okay.
you know what? I heard somebody say that when we leave out of here, I want to leave out empty. I want to empty out everything that God told me, everything God called me to do. I want to leave out empty.
Yeah.
You know, it's like this the story we shared at the beginning when the musician, his daughter shared that her dad had aspired to be this great musician and singer, and he never attempted to try it. And what he did, he died with the music still inside of him. I don't want it still inside of me. I want it to come out. And even if I fail at it, I want to go back because I realize that nothing ventured, nothing gained. I've got to go after it and be all that I can be. And you know what? I'm going to need some help along the way. And I've learned this. I don't mind asking. I was going to say I don't mind begging, but you know, what I love about this man, I don't have to beg.
No,
You know, and I can say that he meets many of my demands, and so I'm so grateful. And anybody else, thank you, Sister Myrick.
Yes.
Yes, and so we really want. Sherry's on here. Sherry Hill, God bless you, cuz. Sherry knows what we're talking about. God bless you. We love you, Sherry. We know you had a part in that. You, but nevertheless, we are so blessed, you know, and so we want you, if you have not received your Valentine, if you didn't get the card, if you didn't,
Don't let that impede you.
don't, yes, love one another
Love
because
one another.
tomorrow is not promised to you.
That's right.
Love hard today. Love today. You know, it's not about a Valentine. It's not about a rose. Yes, we like it. We look forward to some things, but you know what? Make every day a love day.
Yes.
Every day where you tell them you love them, you know. And if you miss, you know, text it
Tell
or
them,
leave
show
a
them.
card or show them, you know,
Some
show
way.
one another, you know, this whether it's a loved one, a mother, a brother, a sister, your spouse. But love is unconditional and it does not have an expiration date. You can love unconditionally and continuously. And so we want you to be blessed. We want you to know that we love you straight from the heart. We are excited that you came in. And these are just little nuggets. It's 30 minutes. I told you 30 minutes go so fast when you're having fun. But we're just so glad that you thought enough of us to come on and join us.
Come on, join us.
What do you think?
And I think so. And I hope that something was said that encourages you, inspires you to go forward and to be blessed. And reset.
Yes, reset.
Look
I
at
don't know if you heard us. The screen is going black,
Yeah.
but he did say,
if you don't like your result,
yeah,
then
there it goes.
Then stop and reset and then
Definitely.
move forward again.
Yeah. So don't stop. Whatever you do, think about it. Go back at it again. Do it again. I preach the message. Take another look. Don't worry about what it looks like. Do it again.
Yeah,
it's in you. And I'm telling you, whatever you need, you got it already on the inside. Everything you need to get the job done. It's in there. It's screaming. Yes. I want to come out. And so we love you. And until the next time, know that we love you. Reset. Think about it. And go back in and try it again. Yes. I love you straight from the heart. The Germany. Yes. We love you. Happy Valentine's Day. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. And know that God is love and we love you. I want your heart. Gotta want your heart.